March 26, 1979, 24 million people are glued to their television sets. It's the most watched basketball game in the history of our planet, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not even played in the NBA. Nah, this is just a college game. The NCAA championship to be exact. And the reason the eyes of the entire nation is on this game is because of the two prodigies playing in it, carrying the hopes and dreams of the entire states. Don't make any mistake about it, this is a pressure so huge veterans would crumble in an instant. But for the two men on the floor, it doesn't matter. The crowd doesn't exist, the lights don't exist, there's only a blue jersey and a white jersey. Magic Johnson, the charismatic phenom from Michigan State, and Larry Bird, the hick from French Lick. They represent two different Americas, two different styles of play, and two different souls. Magic wins that night. He cuts down the net and he celebrates. He did it. You'd think that Magic would go home satisfied, but he knew deep down this was just the start, the beginning of a story of a decade and a half that would go down in legends. Magic Johnson did not play for the Lakers and Larry Bird did not play for the Celtics. They played for each other. You see, for every morning after that day, Larry would wake up, go outside to train in the freezing cold of Indiana. And as soon as he goes out, he would think to himself before he even gets to shoot his first shot, I wonder what Magic is doing. But he knew the answer already. Magic was outside in LA doing the exact same thing, asking the exact same question about Larry. This is the biological necessity of an enemy. They didn't just compete, they manufactured each other's greatness. And in the 80s, the NBA was going downhill. The ratings, the money, and public opinion. But these two's rivalry managed to somehow single-handedly revive the entire industry. And we haven't seen anything like it ever since. You have to understand, this isn't simply a story about basketball. It's a story about a psychological glitch in the male brain. A glitch that turned a humble tractor mechanic into a man who would challenge the king of Italy. Ferruccio Lamborghini was a man of labor. He built tractors, he understood torque, steel, and dirt. He was a self-made millionaire who treated himself to the finest machine in the world, a Ferrari 250 GT. The clutch, however, was trash according to Ferruccio, so he fixed it himself, using parts from his own tractors. He realized that the god of Italian engineering, Enzo Ferrari, was selling overpriced, fragile toys, so he did what any rational, obsessed man would do. He drove to Maranello. He walked into the lion's den to tell the king his crown was crooked. But Enzo Ferrari was a man of untouchable ego. He didn't just build cars, he built a religion. And when this tractor driver told him his clutches were bad, Enzo did not thank him. He did not offer a refund. He instead looked at Ferruccio like he was a bug on his windshield. He told him, "The problem is not the car, the problem is the driver. Go back to your tractors, farmer. You will never be able to handle a Ferrari." That sentence changed our world, because Ferruccio did not go home and cry about toxic masculinity. He didn't post about how mean Enzo was. Nah. Ferruccio went home and he sold his soul to the bank. He hired Enzo's best engineers away from him and told them, "Build me a car that makes that red piece of junk look like a bicycle." Every Lamborghini you see on the street today is a monument to that grudge. It's a spite turned to excellence. If Enzo had been a nice guy, the supercar world as we know it would not exist. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. An arrogant prick of a king to tell you you're not good enough, so that you can go out there and build a kingdom that burns his to the ground. But why? Why do we do this? Why can't we just be happy with our own progress? Well, this is a concept called mimetic desire. We don't want things because we need them. We want things because others want them. Look at Ronaldo and Messi. For 15 years, they were locked in a mimetic trap. If Messi scored a hat-trick on Tuesday, Ronaldo's cortisol levels would spike. He literally could not eat or sleep normally until he responded on Wednesday. They weren't playing games against the teams that they were playing against. They were playing games against each other's ghost. That is the rival effect. And it's the only way to bypass the human brain's natural safety governor. Your brain is designed to keep you safe and comfortable. It wants you to stop at 70%. But when you see your rival going 90%, 95%, 99%, your brain realizes that 70% is not nearly enough. So you go beyond. But of course, as anything in life, there exists danger in this pursuit of excellence. If you stay in the trap for far too long, you lose yourself. You just become a shadow of the person you're chasing. And that's what happened to the prince of all Saiyans. Vegeta is the ultimate rival archetype. He was born into royalty, he was born with a high power level, and he was supposed to be the best. Then he meets Goku, a low-class nobody who works harder, smiles through the pain, and most importantly, stays one step ahead no matter what. Vegeta's entire character arc, his entire reason for existing, is defined by the shadow of a man he claims to hate. But here's a little secret: Vegeta loves Goku. He loves him because Goku is the only person who prevents Vegeta from becoming mediocre. You see that vividly when Goku wasn't there, because Vegeta, even though he was actually living the best life, he was learning how to love his wife and raise a family, could not fill the hole in his soul that the absence of Goku left. That's why he risked sacrificing everything to have one more go at it, to finally get a conclusion to the obsession, and he paid the price for it. This is not an excuse for most of us, because most of you are terrified of having people better than you in your circle. Whether you realize it or not, you just want to be the big fish, the smartest guy in the room all the damn time. But that's how losers think. If you're comfortable with never pushing yourself, you'll never be able to know how far you can actually get. You are decaying. You need a Goku, you need a Messi, you need someone who makes you feel like you can do better every time you look at them. Your rival is the only person who will ever truly see you. Your friends will lie to protect your feelings. Your family will tell you you've done enough. But your rival is the only one who will look you in the eye and tell you, damn, that's it? It's often said a hero is as good as his villain. So here's a question for you. Who is making you better by them just existing? Find a person who's doing what you want to do, but doing it with more discipline, more grit, and more heart. And for the love of God, do not be a fan. Be a rival. Use that burn of desire as a compass, because it's the only thing pointing you to the man you're supposed to become. So make full use of it. Enjoy every moment. Live to the fullest and become who you're meant to be. So until next time, stay safe.